Yeah. Yeah.
All right. Thanks for joining, everyone.
Is it the right
See
day?
ya.
All right,
Welcome
later,
back.
guys.
It is,
What
yeah,
a
that day of
good
the
old
week.
time we had.
Where am I and what day of the week it is? It's a question
That's
I ask
right.
myself every day.
Triple
It's
F, baby.
Friday, and this is the show with cold tracks and even colder takes.
Mm,
We're your hosts,
ice cold.
Chris and Josh. Yep. There's a breaking news.
Mm.
There's a new LaCroix flavor. It's called, if anybody can
Beach,
guess, there's only one
beach
person in the
bum.
chat.
Okay.
Beach bum, beach
Beach
plum.
bum. Tastes like button.
Did they think of that? Were
Beach
they
bum?
like, yeah, is it supposed to be a play on beach bum?
I don't know, but bum has many unfavorable meanings. So
And some favorable ones too, though, right?
mm, I guess, man. I guess it depends on how you swing. I guess
I mean,
maybe
my
not
favorite
swing
is the Big Lebowski usage.
of bum.
You're just a good for nothing bum. Yeah,
Okay,
the
that sounds more innocent than what I was thinking.
no, not that.
Okay,
Never.
but anyway,
All right, welcome back, everybody. You're probably like, what the fuck is this stream?
yeah,
Well, we
do music.
are
I swear.
reviewing your music.
Yep.
Yeah, so probably if you're here, you know what we're doing. If not, read the title.
Yep.
But we try to give the most constructive feedback that we can on tracks that you're working on, tracks you've released. Tell your friends, tell your mom, tell your grandma.
Especially tell your
And
mom,
it's my grandma's birthday.
dude.
Um,
Happy birthday.
yeah, she's 91.
Chee!
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Um,
Nice.
yeah. So I think we've got quite a queue. I know we've
Yep.
got quite a
As
queue,
usual. Yeah, we
as
have
usual.
7.
We've got 7. Okay. So do you want to read them off?
Yeah, let me do it. Okay, so starting off with group chat. Finally, Thirst Trap. I haven't got to listen to these guys.
Love that song.
Um, but I need to. That's a mistake. We got Ed Sheer. I don't know if I'm
Ed
pronouncing that
Sheeran.
right. Yeah, I
It's
know,
pronounced Ed
right?
Sheeran.
I know, right? Vertigo Blue, Vi, Confederated, Young O, and Jokerhead. Nair, shouts out, friend of the stream. So yep, that's our
Nice.
queue right now. So likely, guys, if it's a free submission, we probably won't get to it this week because we have so many people. But if you do a paid submission or a tip, you just send us a tip through this command here. We'll skip you to the front of the line, and that's just how it works, baby. Capitalism.
Yes,
And
sir.
also, if you need it to be urgent, right? Like some of these guys, like, oh, I can send them this song and work on a different song and wait if I needed to. But if you need it right now, like urgency, man, we'll be happy to do it. Just gotta fork over the what is it called,
The
clams.
dough, the
Yeah.
clams. I like that one.
But yes, sir. But yeah, it is what it is. If not, we could just go ahead and start. I think it's just one viewer, and it's probably me. So we could
All
just
right.
go.
Well, let's do it then. Why not? Let's stop
Finally,
this.
maybe the very least I could listen to group chats. Shout out group chat playing shows at House of Blues.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, excuse me.
Damn.
Oops.
Now
And
there's
release.
that new LaCroix flavor.
I know,
That
right,
sounded like
man?
beach plum to me.
That's a beach bum. Like that's me.
That's beach plum.
We got group chat. It's Thirst Trap. Did they? Was this a single off
Not
their?
the strap. No, I don't think they actually did singles for this. Damn, their streaming numbers are looking great. That's
Yeah,
awesome.
man. They got about 20 to
28.
30K. Yeah,
It's pretty consistent
per
between the
song.
songs too. It's interesting.
Yeah, it's like whoever listened to it listened to the whole album, which is fantastic.
Everybody, yeah.
1,400 monthly listeners too. Like,
Very
attaboy for a
nice.
first album. That's
Yeah,
very
man.
impressive.
It's sick. It's cool to watch.
Um, got to see those guys live in my lifetime.
Yes.
Hopefully soon. But anyways, Thirst Trap. This song. When did this album release?
Uh, Summer.
Summer. Yeah,
It,
summer.
it doesn't
Okay.
say on here. I don't know why Spotify don't do that.
Man. Oh, let's see what they got. It says it's provocative. It gets the people going. All right. Well, Zach's
That
always a big joker. Shout
yes,
out.
that
What is
is
that? Blades
accurate.
of Glory. But anyways, let's do it. You ready?
Yeah, let's do it.
Thirst Trap. 3, 2, 1. Crunchy. Dude, listen to that bass line. Oh my
Sounds
god.
good, right?
Yeah.
Zach.
It's Friday night and the sun just set. Left the
Nice
office,
slap echo
gonna
on the
spin my
vocal.
chair. Look at my phone just as I got here. There you go, see you ready to get.
that wah guitar.
Drinks in
Yeah.
hand, still not enough to run you out of my head.
Ah, damn.
I don't wanna be caught in your thirst trap. I don't wanna get caught in your thirst trap.
This is the cool part, I think. Wait for it. Well, there's a cool solo, but then stereo. Here's the part going up.
What the fuck?
Little Montuno beat.
Not gonna get caught in the thirst trap. Wanna get caught, wanna get caught, wanna get caught, wanna get caught in the thirst trap.
Yeah.
That was like I've heard them, man. Like that is ridiculous.
Yeah, it's really good.
Holy shit! And
It's like,
I said it like the quote unquote new vocalist, but she's been with them for a while now. I've seen
mhm.
on the Instagram. What's her
Yeah,
name?
Yasmin.
Yasmin. Damn! Shouts out Yasmin. She was killing it.
Yeah,
That was cool. And Justin is always killing it. Jimbo, I could finally hear him, and it sounds great.
I know. I mean, everyone's parts sound really good, honestly. Like,
Yeah,
obviously, the vocals just, whew, some of those
Zach,
runs
take
and
him
just
away,
the emotion. Yeah, and Zach's shit sounds good.
dude. Was he the Watt as well? Like in the beginning, and then the second he's
Um,
bum 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 bum.
yeah, well,
Or
he was in that part. I mean, there's some wah guitar going on too, but for the
got it,
most part, that sort of wah-ish sound is keys.
got it, got it. That wall guitar is awesome. Wow,
Yeah,
wow, wow. That was really tight. That was really tight. I'm impressed.
yeah, it's cool.
Yeah. What do you
And
got
yeah,
for vibes?
Jimmy's bass part really comes through like that.
Oh yeah.
But before we had the complaint that it the bass was either not loud enough, or in some cases didn't have enough of the like
Flowing.
fundamental or some of the harmonics. Like I think at one point it was like you can have this issue where the bass is too low, like
Yep.
frequency wise, and it's sort of like really far underneath everything. But there's a hole where you want the sort of fundamental and the punch of the bass and the lock in with the kick. But all of that stuff is like solved here. Like the processing, compression, playing, all that stuff is really even and consistent on the bass, which isn't always the case.
Mhm.
That's like I think the hallmark of like good bass mixing is kind of like getting it to be consistent enough to where it fills the space and doesn't like leave, sort of,
Yeah. Yeah.
um, having a consistent floor or foundation for the song, pretty much. So
Mhm.
yeah, but just overall, I mean, this probably is I think it's my favorite track probably from the album.
Really?
And yeah, they're all a little bit different, but
Oh, so I
I
shouldn't listen to it? I'm just kidding.
no, you should. You might have a
Just
different one. I mean, you can see by the streaming numbers, it's pretty even between them.
reevaluate, Josh.
Yeah, reevaluate is also really good, but and a lot of them are really catchy. But this, there's just the amount that there's this lock in between
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
players and everything is really really cool. It's
I wonder how they recorded it. Did they go to a studio and record it? And did they play all together or did they do it separately? You know what I mean?
well, so they rent out a little. There's a place called, I don't know if I should out them, so I won't. But there's like a couple of different places in Chicago where you can
Yeah,
rent a
just tell
studio
me later.
space. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
or you can rent
I
a
think you
studio
might have told
space,
me, but
probably. And yeah, there's like a bunch of studios in there. You walk in, like the whole place like smells like weed. It's great.
great.
And so they have like a little studio spot there, and that's where they did the recording. I think there was some dubbing. I think, yeah, it definitely was like a dubbing situation.
Okay.
um but it probably wouldn't sound as good if it wasn't, because one, like only in a pro studio are you actually going to have enough microphones to do like live everyone at the same time,
Yeah.
enough microphones and enough inputs. And this isn't like a pro studio. Like it's
Got it.
nice and they have good gear and stuff, but it's like you rent out a spot in this place, and they have a dude that helps them named Farley, that does the recording. I think a bunch of the gear is his,
Mm-hmm.
and he has done the mixing. And like we've been providing feedback to them since the beginning, pretty much. And Farley started out coming from more of like a hip hop mixing background,
Mm-hmm.
and so along the way, he's been picking up like all the recording techniques and stuff for live instruments, which is a different world,
Mm-hmm.
and all the mixing techniques for live instruments, which is also its own world.
Mm-hmm.
And he's been improving a lot. So you can obviously hear that here, right?
Yeah, it sounds pretty
Big
damn good.
difference. Yeah,
Yeah,
super cool. So
shouts out to them.
yeah, it sounds good. But I mean, for me, like vibes, I like it a lot. Green,
Yeah, there's immense green on vibes. I
yes,
was like, it was like what is it? It's like a blues jam, but also like weird Latin shit. I feel like these guys could jam and like just do solo shit for like 10 minutes on this song and sound
yeah,
really
yeah,
good.
yeah,
Like I think
totally.
they could all take solos in a
That'd be
live
cool. Yeah.
situation. Like they just go crazy. But
Hmm.
it's like that kind of song, but for Zoomers. Like their whole aesthetic. It's like group chat or not Zoomers. What is it? Gen Z.
Gen Z.
Maybe that's the
Well,
same
some
thing.
people call them Zoomers. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah. It's
Boomers
like
call them
boomers
Zoomers.
call. I was gonna say like boomer like me.
Boomer
Like
energy, Chris.
like it's called thirst trap, right? Like that's such a like Gen
Well,
Z.
that and the fact that they're called group chat, but yes,
Exactly.
definitely, I do think a lot of that comes from Zach. Like,
Really?
Zach is not
He's a
Gen
big memer,
Z.
isn't he?
Yeah,
Oh,
he's
okay.
not Gen Z, but he's got the sentiment down.
I see. Okay. Is he older? Is he like my age?
He's no, he's not your age. He's a year older than me, so he's
Oh,
25. I mean, he's
that's
like 97, which it's still not Gen Z, but
okay.
yeah, dude, there's
Is
a big
Gen Z
difference.
2000?
Yeah, it's
Okay.
2000. I can
Okay.
tell you, like, I mean, I'm 98. There's a big fucking difference between. There really is people who were born after 2000. Like, it's
Yeah.
totally different. It's
I see.
crazy.
I see. Okay. Okay.
They have no attention span,
I mean, I vibe with that.
but they're also a lot more chill and like not bullshitty. Like, I don't know what's gonna happen when Gen Z takes over like the corporate
Yeah.
workforce. Like, no one's gonna do anything,
True.
but
Oh,
it's gonna
what's
be
up,
great.
Logan, the lo-fi guy? Yay, yo! First time
Hey,
chat.
what up? We doing good? How
We
about you?
doing good. We just listened to some good music actually, and we're giving it a review. So
Yes,
let's go to the next. What's the next topic? Fuck, it's been a
content.
while. Content. What do you think?
Damn. Uh, yeah. Well, I mean, so this, obviously is things like the writing and the actual instrumentation, the sounds that are used, the timing, all, like the actual like musical audio content. Um, yeah. I mean, like I said, it's super tight. Everyone's locked together. All the parts have their place. More production wise, but things are panned, to their own spots and mixed well. Not too much crowding going on or anything. It's pretty tight.
Yeah.
Uh, yeah, I don't know. I mean, and I think it's a fun song too. Like the title is kind of provocative.
Hmm. Gets people
The
going.
chorus is like super fun, right?
Hmm.
Uh,
Don't want to cut. Don't want to cut. Something like that.
yeah,
If
and but
there's
then the
just
second
that.
half is, I think it's want to get caught, want to get caught, want to get caught. You need to shout. It's like that
Ah,
sort of
fiending.
dichotomy. Yeah,
Got it.
it's the dichotomy.
I didn't
Uh,
catch that.
yeah, but I don't know. I mean, it's yeah, the content is good. I don't really
Yeah.
have much more to say than that. I would just give it a green.
Yeah, I can echo that sentiment as well. Production, we kind of talked about a little bit, but what do you got?
Yeah, I mean, again, production has come up so much since the
Yeah,
beginning. And at the beginning, they
for
were
real.
just recording in like various people's apartments and stuff.
Yep.
Um, but obviously, like, it does make a difference to be in a controlled environment, for one thing, to be somewhere that you feel like you can stay for a few hours and like get the track down instead of like wanting to, let someone go to bed because you're at their place,
Mhm.
that kind of thing. It makes a big difference, the environment that you're in, and just feeling like you're doing something pro or whatever.
Yep.
um, Having the gear is important. Having the right person doing the mixing and processing, editing, all that stuff. I will say on the edit side, there's one point right at the beginning with the guitar lick that I can hear an edit pretty clearly.
Really?
Yeah, there's like a little. You might be able to hear it's in the first 5 seconds or something, or before all the instruments come in.
Hmm. Oh shit! I ended up playing a different song.
You're like, what is this? I like it. um, See if you can hear it.
I don't hear it. Maybe that's
Did you
you.
get all the way until the and other instruments come in?
Yeah, you have
Well,
an ear for
I
you're a
can hear it,
guitar
and I'm
player
a
though.
guitar
Yeah,
player, but yeah,
you're a guitar player.
there's a little bit of a splice there that I can hear.
Got it.
Um, but that's not really a problem. Other than that, again, I just think that like the mixing is done very well. I think it might be possible at some point to like create even a little bit more separation between the instruments, like give them a teeny more bit more space to breathe.
Mm.
That's sort of what happens when you have a lot of layers and you're trying to negotiate the frequency space between them, the dynamics, where they live, in the left, right, and the forward, back. So like the spatial element
Yo
with
yo.
volume and reverb and delay, as well as with panning. Um, so it's yeah, you're negotiating a lot of things there, but the goal is to be able to make sure that things have room to breathe and that you can hear everything at all points, pretty much.
Mm.
So I think in the future there could be a little bit of room to go there, but it's not like an issue. It's not like
Yeah.
there's any problem here. It sounds really good. It's good to listen to. It sounds good in like the car and stuff. I know from listening
Mm.
there. It sounds good on these reference headphones, which
Yep.
is a good sign. So yeah, I don't have any like actual like feedback for this song's mixing because it
Yep.
sounds really good. It's of the quality that I think you need to get people roped in at the very
Yep.
least.
It sounds
Um,
quote unquote good to go.
Crispy, yeah, yeah. So
Yeah.
yes, I would give it a green, good to go.
Yes, sir. What's up, Easy? In the chat.
Easy.
How's it going? How's it going? Um, for me, I could echo the same thing, but um, I don't know. Like maybe your ears. Well, we know that your ears a little bit more attuned for production, but I thought it sounded. Everything sounded very well separated. Everything sounded really tight. Everything sounded really crunchy. I was very surprised.
Yeah,
Um, and they gave our boy Jimbo finally some room down there,
yeah. Right in
and
the
like
right spot and everything. Like,
yeah.
sounds good.
And I remember that the drummer typically the kick drum would be kind of mixed out as well, but here you could hear everything fantastically.
Oh yeah,
They're
they
going crazy.
the drums were
So
recorded like legit professionally here. I know that at some points in the
awesome,
past it was virtual drums, but yeah, this is like legit. He's like a really good drummer. He gigs all the time, and he's got a good kit, which makes a big difference. I think he might actually have some mics, or they have, it worked out well.
bro. When I get my garage, that's what I want to do. That's like my dad fantasy when I have my own
Have
garage
it, yeah,
or
or a
just like my
basement.
own
I mean,
studio. Exactly. Yeah,
yeah,
yeah, yeah. But anyways, yeah, for me, production, man, it's green. Damn, that took a while. Yeah, we take a long time. Um, that we know these guys personally, or at
well,
least Josh does, so he knows the
yeah.
story.
You want to give good
But
feedback, but also if you submit a track, you will get the special treatment as well. So
that's true. Yeah. But anyways, we have taken a little bit long. So track total, dog. I think this is purple. What do you think?
yeah, I mean, honestly, like I was going through this album and I was like, if any of them are purple, I think a few of them probably could be, but like this one was like a definite, like it has that special sauce where I want to listen to it over and over again. It
Yeah.
sounds really good. It's like it's fun. It hits all the bases to
Give
be
it
like
to him.
playlist
Give it
ad.
to him.
So yeah, I think I would probably have to agree.
Let's go purple. Oh,
Woo!
Logan. Sorry, bro. We don't mean to be oppy or anything, but
You're good.
looks like the form he said takes a while, which we
Yeah,
get that a
it's all
lot.
good. We'll have some improvements on that in the future.
Yes, we
I'm
do.
sure.
We do. There's a reason. There's a reason, Logan. But we appreciate
Yes,
you getting through
that's
the
true.
form.
Yes,
Well, if you did, we'll see if you did. But
yeah.
yeah, so we
But
gave them a purple.
anyways,
That
yeah,
means
congratulations, group chat, purple, 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 your first
yes.
one. So just for the folks that aren't aware, the way it works, if you get a purple top tier track, you have a really special track, kind of hits all the bases across the board, vibes, content, production, and beyond. Then that gets put on our special playlist for top tier tracks. And we also will make a feature post on our Instagram, which you can follow us up in the top right corner of the overlay.
Sheesh.
Um, and yeah, so expect that to see that very soon.
Mhm.
But yeah, glad to have a top tier for group chat.
Dope, dope. Yeah, congrats, guys. That you guys finally earned it. I can't believe this is your first one actually, because I always jam out to your shit. But
Yeah,
yep, here it is.
it's the
Oops.
first one from an actual release that we've gotten from them. So
What's up, Kalo? That's true. That's true.
Kalo,
And
welcome back.
Logan, we did get the form submission. Logan, it's in there. What's up, Lil Timmy? Wow, we got a lot of first timers. How long we been streaming for? Wow, what, like a year or two? something like that?
Yeah, a year and a half probably.
Or do you mean today? Like today we just started,
Yeah,
like
we've just been streaming
5:40.
straight for a year and a half. You can like watch us sleep and stuff.
Yeah, we broke the record. But anyways, we'll go to the next person because we have a queue and it's building up, and people. But the next one is Ed Sheeran. It's a song title called "Relax." It's a finished release. Oh, and by the way, so everybody that is here that is submitting that want feedback, we do have a queue, and because we take a little bit long on our feedback, typically what like 10 minutes per person, maybe even more. Um, we don't get through a lot, and what I say typically during a stream, it's what maybe six
Yeah,
people,
5 or
maybe more.
6 usually. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So right now we have one, two, three, four, five, six, seven, 8 people in this queue. So Ed Sheer, Vertigo Blue, Vi, Confederated, Young O, Jokerhead, Easy, and Logan. So Easy and Logan, you guys just came in. Um, we probably won't get to you this stream. The good news is if you uh, well, if you guys tip, actually, we have like a paid queue and a free queue. You guys are at the bottom of the free queue. If you tip, you go straight to the top, and we'll get to you right away because some people need feedback right away. We understand, and we wanted to provide a way to do that. Um, but if you can wait, afford to wait, and be at the bottom of the list, we could get to you. Um, if not this time, the next week. So if you submit, we will definitely get to you eventually. It's just a matter of when. Um, but yeah, just want to let everybody know. Um, but anyways, okay, cool. So without further ado, let's get through this queue a little bit. We'll go to It's Shire. It's Relax. It's finished release. They said got a bit upset about the war in Ukraine and generally think people can be a bit nice to each other. Sort of wrote a song about it. Okay, cool.
Cool.
All right, you ready?
Yeah.
All right, Relax. It's Shire. 3, 2, 1. Dude, is this guy Ukrainian? That would be awesome. That'd be awesome.
Interesting quarterly.
Nobody's perfect, nobody's without fault. Although it's not what we expect, mistake is no reason for us all. We all make them, and people seem to forget that humans are just humans, and we are all in a set. Let's relax
I like that.
and be nice. Even if you don't like it, so you can at least be polite.
I love these lyrics.
Yeah? Pretty wild.
Even though we're humans and mistakes come with them, if they are made over and over, you still should be sad. So relax and be nice. Even if you don't like each other, you can at least be polite. No need for wars or stupid little things. Hurting people to that degree will be remembered for years. Look and think, violence settles it all, but it won't.
That's
No,
cool.
it won't, 'cause it will keep us starting to grow. Let's all relax and be nice. Even if we don't like each other, we can at least be polite. No need for wars or stupid little things. Hurting people to that degree will be remembered for years.
Wait,
That's
what was
funny.
that? I sorry, I couldn't hear anything that you were saying during the track.
You're fine. You're
did
fine.
did it go out? Did it just stop?
Yeah, just stop for me.
The screen share like quit.
Oh shit. Okay.
I don't know if
Cheers.
that
Sorry to
just
everyone in the
happened though.
queue. Don't be sorry, Kalo. It is what it is. Pregnant feedback. Ayo, what's up? Pregnant. That's an interesting name. Kalo, we got you.
Nice.
Thank you for the donation. We'll play you next, so you can get to sleep. Where are you at, by the way? If you don't mind us asking, like if you got to get some sleep, is it late over there? But anyways,
What's
yes,
your
the screen share
address?
did go down. Yeah, dox yourself. But no, I was just saying like he like finally like was shredding on his guitar, but then it was just like a slow fade as he was shredding. It was
Oh,
just interesting. But yeah, that was super cool. That was very interesting. I very much enjoyed the chord structure. It was very different than I feel like maybe not super different, but just unique compared to the kind of bulk American music that I've been listening to. So
yeah, definitely.
it definitely sounded. I don't want to sound ignorant, but kind of like what gypsy is that like a slur gypsy or like
I think a
Slavic
gypsy. I mean, maybe. I mean, something like European. Like I just
European?
think
Sure,
like
sure.
okay, something. This is something European about
Sweden,
this.
nice.
Like, which is like a melting pot of a lot of different musical styles and cultures, and like you can't always quite tell what the English, like what the accent is
Yeah,
on the English. You know what I mean?
yeah.
But it
So I
was.
mean, that's
I
true.
liked
Yeah,
the lyrics. It
yeah. The
was like
lyrics were. I mean, I could tell they did a really good job, but it did seem uh like beginning the English language kind of lyrics,
yes,
or
like
not even that, but like because I know people that are English speakers, but when they write like their first songs, they have lyrics like that.
yeah,
But
of
they were
course.
delivered very well. I think it's just yeah, it's just like
They were
let's be
delivered
nice
well
to each
too,
other.
like, and I think the vibe of the song wasn't like too serious. Also, it was
Yeah,
almost like a polka type thing,
yeah.
where
I
it
got like a
didn't.
ska vibe.
Yeah. Like if it was, which is similar, but you know, if this was a really serious musical thing that was going on, and then the lyrics didn't quite match it, then it'd be a little bit more off-putting. But it was like they were both kind of like uplifting, but like there's this weird contrast, you know, between like the darkness of what it's like about, but the
The Ukraine war.
simplicity, yeah, the simplicity of like the message. Like you
Yeah,
don't, it was so blunt, I guess is what I'm saying. Like the way that these lyrics are written,
yeah,
you, it's kind of funny. Like, what is it? Let's all relax and be nice. Like, I love that. You know, it's like
yeah,
it sounds like sort of beginning English, but it's so simple and straight to the point. It's not like beating around the bush trying to be poetic. It's just
yeah.
saying like this fact that is very rarely actually like voiced. You know what I mean?
Sure. I
Let's
guess it's just like that funny aspect is there because we're like he said, "Oh, I got inspired by the Ukraine war." It's like, let's all be nice.
sort yeah. There's sort
You're
of
gonna
again.
get
There's a lot
cracked.
of contrasts here. There's
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. But anyways, what do you got for vibes?
Vibes again. I mean, that's kind of the vibes. Like it was fun to listen to, and I like the message, and it was unique and interesting.
Hmm.
um
It
and
sounded
this is
pretty
hard to
decent too.
assess. Like if you're talking about like are people actually going to listen to this in the wild? Maybe, like maybe they'll get the same thing that we did out of it, or maybe if the context is lost about like, you know, the context of the Ukraine war or whatever, that it would just be like feel more naive or something. You know, it might be like, what is this kind of funny song that's like the lyric is let's all relax and be nice. Like,
Yeah,
okay, this person like maybe isn't vocalized, isn't you know,
it's beach bum
vocal.
music.
Yeah. So I don't know. I liked it. I think vibes. I would just rate it like 70% between yellow and green because it's fun.
Yeah,
I got something out of it. It's just hard to say like, you know, commercially or for a wider audience, like, you know, how it stacks up.
yeah. I think that's fair. I'm around like 75, maybe 80
Hmm.
between green and yellow. I think for the most part, it sounded pretty solid too, in terms of delivery and playing of the instruments and recording and production. Um, what do you got for content?
Yeah, again, similar like lyrical content. I like the message. Some of the writing could be improved a little bit. I think the song structure, I think it's a little too long actually.
Yeah,
Just like after like the lyrics end and there's still like a minute and a half
two
after
minutes.
that. Yeah,
Yeah,
something
two.
like that.
That's one of the things I said. I was like, bro, they just finished, and then it's 2 minutes left. Like, Or the
Yeah.
lyrics just finished. There's 2 minutes left. What the heck's happening? But
Yeah.
yeah.
So yeah, I think it just went a little bit long, and I don't know, like it felt like it was all the words were kind of crammed right next to each other through
Mhm.
the whole beginning part, and then there's this big void at the end. So just
Yep.
think about sort of maybe leaving some space to breathe, like writing wise, like some space between the verses or choruses or whatever, like I don't know, making that distinction more clear. And even when you have the lyrics here like listed, just man, like whatever the verse and the chorus is, make a space in between them, because if
Mhm.
people are actually reading along with this, it makes it way easier to know when we're going to enter the chorus, or like what the stanzas are like. It can make a difference for just like if you're reading along, if the song feels like it's just a jumble of everything all together, or
Mhm.
like it has chorus and verses and kind of sections with some organization to it, to like this verse is about this, and then this one is interesting because it's like a slight different take on that. The hierarchical organization can be useful.
Yeah.
So
I don't. Can you do that in Spotify? I don't know if you're able to.
I think you can. I mean, I know like even in like Instagram bios, you can't technically hit enter to make another line, but people do all the time because you just like copy from your notes app. So I don't think
Got it.
it'd be any different here.
Interesting. I'm not sure. The way DistroKid does it, they ask for not no headers.
Hmm.
So if they're using DistroKid, it might be weird. You could also sync the lyrics as they're going. Maybe
Hmm.
that can solve the issue. But
Could
um,
be, yeah.
anyways, content. I agree with Josh, and we talked about it a little bit. Like it just sounds like um, beginner English type of lyrics, which is fine. And like, I think it was actually really charming. I think both Josh and I thought that like it was charming. It's a nice message. Um, it just wasn't like what we expected when they said talk about the Ukraine war, like you know. But it is what it is. In terms of sound, and maybe this goes into vibes a little bit too. I talked about it. They're like breathy delivery and kind of layers, vocal layers, reminded me of like Blue Oyster Cult, like
Hmm.
"Don't Fear the Reaper"
Hmm.
kind of thing. But that guitar solo, especially when it gets really fast at the end, I think it maybe just got a tad bit messy at some points, but um, it reminded me of like Avenged Sevenfold, and I think maybe it wasn't objectively that messy, but when you listen to Avenged Sevenfold, that the guitarist is like so on it. So like
Yeah.
that's what I was comparing it to, and it just kind of had that sound.
Hmm.
I agree with Josh that the 2 minutes after the lyrics were finished, like, kind of didn't need to happen. I don't think. I did really like the solo, especially when it ramped up at the end, because the first part of the solo was the same solo that you did on the acoustic guitar, but with an electric guitar. So, bro, if you're just gonna amp it up, like
Hmm.
cut that solo in half at the end. Just put that faster part. Make it transition well.
Yeah.
Um, that's what I would say. I think this is a finished release, so take it as a grain of salt for the next release. But yeah, overall, I think the content was pretty decent. Would be some changes I would do if I were working on the project. I give it maybe like a 70% between green and yellow.
Yeah. I would say the same for that.
Yeah.
And then
Go ahead,
production,
go ahead,
I
Josh.
don't like. I don't know. I think it's actually pretty decent. I don't know. I get a little bit of an amateurish vibe at like, but not like amateur. Like your there's like the curve of I don't remember what that shit's called, but like right at the beginning, it spikes way up, and you think you're really smart, and then you realize, oh, I don't know how to do anything, and then you go to the Valley of Despair or whatever it's called, right? And then you're like, oh, because I at first you don't know what you don't know, then you figure some stuff out, and you're like, oh, I don't know anything, and then you start the journey back up to excellence. And I feel like you're sort of on that journey back up because your recording sounds pretty good, like your techniques and whatnot, and your mixing sounds pretty good as well, but there's a few mistakes like I think the vocal sounds a little heavy at some points, like you're mic'd too close, which is very, very, very common.
Mm,
And the big reason why is that as you get closer, the volume goes up, and your brain is like, "That's crack cocaine. I love volume."
mhm,
So you have to like not trick yourself. You have to try recording at different distances and then level match them in your DAW and see what actually sounds better, like sonically.
mhm.
Because when they're all the same volume, might be like, "Oh, it sounds way too boomy," or like in your face if you're really close. So
Did you hear like a proximity effect or?
yeah, a little bit of proximity effect, just a little bit of an overbearing sound, kind of at some points. And then similarly, I think it was a little overcompressed in general. Kind of like I heard a little bit more saturation even going on than you might want through a long listening bout or on everything. Kind of, it's like adding too much salt. to a dish or
Mhm.
something like that. But
Too
not
much
bad.
seasoning.
Yeah, I would say just overall score production, probably also kind of 70%. I feel like it all kind of hovers around that region.
Mhm.
What
I'm
do you
glad
think?
that yeah, I'm glad that you could put my thoughts into words because like I could tell that if we just compared it to the last song, like the last song sounded super clean and crunchy. Like I could use words like that to describe it. This song didn't sound as clean or crunchy, but I just couldn't tell. Maybe it was the saturation on everything.
There could be
It
some of
sounds
the
like
sound
there's kind of like
choices
a
too.
filter. Yeah, sounds like there's like a filter over everything or something.
Hmm.
Not super terrible, not super noticeable, but it was there. Um, yeah, I could see a similar score
Going a
here.
little too heavy on the mix bus, master bus processing probably.
That's possibly it. So yeah, I'm at like 70% as well between green and yellow. Overall, that's about where I'm at. 75% between green and yellow. This is pretty enjoyable. Thank you. It's you gotta let us know how to pronounce this name because it's
Yeah.
it's Shire, but we think it's Ed Sheeran, like or that's how we
It's
pronounce
a
it.
play on Ed Sheeran. It's definitely
Fucking
not, but
Americans.
he's like,
That's what it
yeah.
is.
But yeah, thanks for
What was your
submitting.
what was your overall by the way?
Mine's 70%, I would say, between yellow and green.
Got it.
So on the way there, but yeah, a couple of improvements that we talked about that are possible for the next stuff that you release. So
Yeet.
hope that's useful. Thanks for submitting, and let's get to Kalo, who is in Sweden, and it is it's 1:25 a.m. in
Yeah.
Sweden. Shout out! I'm somewhat Swedish, so that's
Hey
cool.
yo, that's crazy. Can
Excited to
you?
hear it.
It's not in the form. I think they put it in the donation.
Oh,
Is can you get that somehow?
how is that even possible?
I don't know. I saw it on the like little pop up. It was like the
Hmm.
Spotify link was right there.
Let me see if I
Um,
can find that.
all right. While you do that, I hate to abandon you, but I really got to go to the bathroom. Just real quick.
It's all good. All right, I will stall for however long this takes. All right, let me pull this up. Kalo, if you don't mind me asking, where are you in Sweden? I've been to Stockholm, um, and this is weird because we can't really have like a conversation. I have to wait for you to reply. But yeah, curious about that. Let me see if I can find your track link, or you can send it through the form. Uh, or you can send it in the chat, unless it's a private thing that you don't want to be exposed. Oh, Stockholm. Nice. I was there a couple summers ago, and what was strange is that, like, so I'm from Chicago, right? And I can't remember how many people, what the population of Stockholm is, but when I went there, it felt like it was empty, like even on the weekend. Um, Not sure if that's how you feel. Probably not. You're probably like, no, it's super busy in Stockholm. All right, and we've got it open. Okay, cool. So we got this back. Um, Sweet. All right. So while Chris waits, oh,
Sorry,
there he is. It's all good. All
my
right,
bad. All right, let's do it.
we got
Oh
the
wait, did you?
link. It's in the
Okay.
chat.
Twitch chat.
Yes.
Fantastic. Oh, doy. Yeah, we could just ask Halo. Yeah.
Yep.
Ooh. All right. This sounds good.
Nice.
Wait a minute. After prom, 1930. Is that your song, Kayla? Alrighty. Where did Kalo come from? Where did 1930 come from? So many
So
questions.
yeah,
Are
is
you ready?
1930 you, Kalo? Is this
Yeah.
your artist name?
Let's make sure we got the right song.
That would be a good idea.
This is track like a week ago.
1930. So 1930 is 45 years younger than the 1975, and without the.
There you go. That's our first point of criticism. No, I'm just kidding.
Yes. No,
All
that's
right, you
that's a
ready?
plus. It's cool. Yeah. All right.
All right. After prom, 1930. Kalo. 3, 2, 1. Lush piano.
Ooh. Okay. I like it already. Seventh chords.
Some lo-fi. A snare might be a little piercing.
A little bit.
Ooh, nice percussion.
So the snare's making me blink every time.
I feel that.
Nice.
Dude, that's so fun. Nothing other than piano solo.
Ambient sound.
Was that the chair creaking or was that you?
I think it was the ambient sound, right?
Okay. Okay. Yeah. 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 That was pretty chill. That was pretty laid back. 1930. Shouts out to you, Kalo. Thank you very much for the tip as well. Um, what do you have for vibes? I'm gonna reply this guy. What's up, SD?
I just added the thing. Do you see
Oh,
it?
you got it.
Yeah.
Never mind. He's faster. What's your
Um.
vibes?
Yeah. I mean, it's very chill, which is kind of obvious.
Yep.
But yeah, I mean, I like it a lot. I like those chords, those nice seventh chords. The background sound. It's kind of cool. You have the multiple aliases for different genres and moods. It's a good idea.
Oh yeah.
Um, yeah, but I don't know. I mean, it was chill. It's pretty simple. It's pretty short, under 2 minutes. I think it's like really well put together, and it's nice to listen to.
Mhm.
I was sort of hoping that there would be like a vocal or something like that,
Yeah.
or even like a lead melody. Or, I don't know,
That
something
middle
like.
sample, even I don't like that voice sample. I
Uh,
wish there was a little bit less processing so you could hear what they were
yeah,
saying.
yeah. I
But
mean, yeah, it's nice. I think it's very simple, which isn't a bad thing. But I think that the way that it is currently, it's really purposed for kind of background listening. Like
yep.
it's one of those like chill,
Chill
chill,
beats
blah
to
blah blah,
study to.
whatever. Yeah, listen, study.
Yeah.
So
Hey
yeah,
man, it's a
I
big
like it
market.
though. Yeah,
Big market.
it's true. Definitely is. You can get a lot of plays that way.
Mhm.
Um, so I would say vibes. I'd give it probably an 80%.
Yeah, I could see that. Um, yeah, this is lo-fi beats to study to chill to vibe to, all that stuff. Fits that vibe really well. Love the piano, and there's this point where you put a piano solo, like the top line piano solo, and it almost sounds like a mix between an electric and a acoustic. It sounds really nice. I
Hmm.
really like that. Bravo.
Yeah.
Um, we you did hear us talk about the snare. That was pretty apparent. I think it's pretty piercing. I don't know if it's a volume level or an EQ level, maybe both. um, so it seems like you already released it. If you want to do a correction, um, or if you want to take it into account for like a next release, just be mindful of that. Um, but yeah, so overall vibes, I think you said 80, right? I'm
Yeah.
pretty much there. Yeah, I could see that. It's pretty decent between green and yellow. So content, what do you got? Wait,
Um,
just got into two editorials with this. Let's go, two
nice.
Spotify editorials,
That's sweet.
bruh. That's
Super
awesome.
cool.
Do you have a
Um,
process? Let us know. Let us know.
yeah, I think everyone would probably be curious to know that.
Yeah.
But yeah, content. Again, I mean, it's pretty simple. At some points, I was like, I don't know. I guess you don't want it to be distracting if it's for background. This is like kind of a different way to assess like a song that's made for background, right? Because a lot of the time you're trying to keep your listeners' attention and not lose them. But sometimes it's like if it's meant to be background listening music, if it's too crazy, you're going to distract them. That's not good either. So,
Yep.
on that basis, like I don't know, I felt like I could want a little bit more from this,
Mhm.
maybe like texture wise or more of a change. Like I mean, the dynamic changes were nice between when it sort of cuts out and then comes back in, but I just if it could be a little bit more of a contrast or something. I was left wanting a little bit more for some reason. I'm not really sure why.
Mhm.
And I don't mean that as a bad thing. Like it is really enjoyable to listen to. I just imagine potential ways that you could, flesh out this craft of making this kind of lo-fi chill stuff, and really have like exemplary results with just a couple of subtle modifications. So yeah, I think content again pretty simple, pretty short. I would say this also is. I'd give it like an 85. Honestly, there's like maybe a little bit of room for growth, but
Mm.
it's all put together well. There's no like glaring issues or anything. It's good.
Yep. Yeah, and content as well. We also talk about like sound choice, sample choice. I think all of them sounded fantastic. Uh, some of them sounded super real that I thought it was Josh's chair creaking. I was like, oh, okay, that's cool, and it fit with the song. Like sometimes that could be out of place, but
Yeah,
um, the snare, even though it was piercing, I thought it was a very nice sound. Kick as well, very very boomy. The piano was beautiful, of course. The some of the synth sound. How do I describe them? Kind of like a furry kind of synth sound. Furry, not that probably wasn't the best
furry.
word.
Hmm.
Yeah, but never mind. But it was like those kind of like synth sounds that came in.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
really like those.
Those are nice.
Um, the thing to supplement what Josh was saying, and maybe this isn't what is needed for background music. That's what's kind of interesting. There's music for all sorts of applications, but I heard a little bit of a climax with timbre and like a little bit of journey with timbre at the very end. You had a bunch of instruments going, and it felt like a big ending. Um, but in terms of like an earworm, I wasn't really stuck with like a main melody that I'm recalling after the fact, you know? So maybe in that aspect, that's something that I was kind of missing. But also with what Josh was saying with a background song, maybe you don't want that. So maybe you just want like a lush background that sounds really nice. And that's what was achieved here. But all that to say, I think content for me, I think it's pretty dang good. I think uh, it is maybe lacking a little bit in terms of earworming, but maybe for its application, it's not needed. So, 85 between green and yellow. And production, what do you got?
Um, yeah, production. I think it sounds quite clean and good.
Yep.
Again, no like huge problems aside from we both instantly kind of had a reaction to the snare.
Hmm.
And I like the snare itself, like the sound choice and that kind of thing. But maybe it's the attack is like super sudden, or I think it might be that there's whatever the sort of hearing range where you hear human speech. Like I can't remember if it's like 5 or 7K, or maybe it's 3.5. It's somewhere in that mid K range.
Mid.
Um, there's like a point where your ear is a lot more sensitive to those frequencies, and I have a feeling it's somewhere within that range, part of that transient. And so when it hits, it's like extra loud sounding or kind of like startling almost.
Hmm.
So I would say like maybe just doing a little bit more low pass filter over that,
Jokerhead.
or just filtering some of that down a little bit to make it a little bit softer. That could help, or bringing the volume down even a little bit could also help. But
Right.
yeah, that
It
was
could be
one
like an
thing where it's
EQ
like,
sweep as well. Just
yeah,
like high Q, look for it,
yeah,
see if anything pops
exactly.
out. But dude,
Yeah,
shouts
but
out to Jokerhead. We got a lot of people stopping in. Sorry, I keep interrupting.
no,
Finish.
you're good. That's about it. I mean, the other thing is I've heard this a lot lately. I feel like, but I think saturation plugins, like there's plugins that can do convincing saturation digitally, have become a lot more prevalent and popular, and a lot of like compressors and emulators and stuff are getting better at doing saturation versus like digital clipping, and so it becomes easier to accidentally add saturation where you don't really realize it, because previously if you had a digital plugin that you start clipping, it's going to sound horrible, right? Like you will notice for sure if that's happening. But when it's saturation, it's more subtle. It's like, oh, that sounds good. But then when it gets applied to everything, it leaves your track lacking of like cleanliness, sort of
Hmm.
like smoothness. And you're going for smoothness here, and there can be aspects of like certain things that do have saturation, sometimes quite a lot, that can sound really good. But again, it's like if those keys are too kind of rough around the edges, it can be a little bit displeasing. So that's like one thing that I heard just a teeny bit of here, and I think it's like you got to be really careful with saturation and sort of the light distortion that can become.
Hmm.
Other than that, like your balance sounds nice. The instruments sound really nice. Spacing sounds nice. So yeah, that's sweet. I would say production 90% probably. It's pretty
Yeah.
damn good.
Yeah, I would say 95%. I didn't hear that last point you're talking about. I didn't feel like it was oversaturated or perhaps too digitally saturated, where the effect is kind of um, pronounced.
Joker had just said we grilled his last track. Sorry.
Hey, sorry about that, Jokerhead, but
That's what
we
we do.
appreciate that you're a great sport, and
Yeah,
we love that you keep coming back. Like we
yeah,
appreciate
man.
you. We hope that we could help, right? And shouts out here, think as well, HHC VP, President, Vice President, in the chat, going crazy. Makes great music
Hey,
too. Could work on some spelling, but it is what it is. I'm just kidding. Yeah, for me, literally, I think the only thing is the snare. That was all. It might just be like a volume thing or an EQ thing. That's an easy fix. I think everything else sounded really lush, and yeah, I think for me, it's like 95% between green and yellow. Fantastic job.
cool.
Track total. What do you got?
Um, I think it's probably a 90%
Right.
overall.
Yeah.
Like I think it suits its purpose well. It's like relaxing and nice to listen to.
Mhm.
Like I said, I think there could be a couple of flares that you could add to this kind of thing in the future, just to make it stand out from the rest of the crowd a little bit, but not stand out too much. Because again, if it's background music, you don't want to be distracting. But
Mhm.
yeah, I liked it a lot. Cool that you're in all these different genres and doing them so well. So
Yeah.
uh, I
I
would
want to hear
say yeah,
more, Kalo.
yeah. What's your score?
I'm at 95 between green and yellow. Joker
Sweet.
said 96. Put your scores in the chat. Let them know. But yeah, that's what we got. Thank you very much, Kalo. We hope this helps. And if you're going to bed, good night from Sweden.
Good night to Stockholm.
Yeah,
Yes.
appreciate you.
Nice.
They were in Stockholm.
Yep.
I didn't know that. Okay, so we got Kalo out of the way. They weren't in this queue, so our queue has grown even bigger. We got
Yeah.
Vertigo Blue,
So
Vi, Confederated, Young O, Jokerhead, Easy, Logan, Hear a Think, Loki, SD Chai, Arwin. Oh, Arwen. Okay, nice spelling. So we have 11 people in the queue. Kind of ridiculous. We
yeah.
definitely won't get to that. So we
So
typically, and tonight we have a hard stop at 7:30. So there's a free queue which I just listed, and then there's a paid queue. If you guys need feedback immediately, go ahead and just drop a tip in, just like Kalo did. You'll be pushed to the front. That way we can get to the people that actually need it. Maybe if you have a hard deadline that you need to meet, we can get you this feedback that you guys value. If not, if you can wait, if you submit it to our forum, we will definitely get to you. It just might not be this week. So that's what we got to say.
yes,
Um,
and yeah, just to clarify, we had a few from before, although we didn't have as many as usual. And Jokerhead, there are still four in front of you actually. Sorry,
okay.
so yours was earlier this week. There were some that were from a few weeks ago, and then. And no, we do not accept bribes for good to go. We regularly like give our friends not purple and not good to go. So
Yeah. Yeah. Literally.
Um, but yeah, I mean, it looks like six of them, seven of them, if you count Kalo, were from today. So there's a lot of demand to get reviewed today, I guess. But again, if you want to skip to the front of the line and get reviewed today, right now,
Dude,
then
Jokerhead. Yeah, you
leave
could
us a
do it.
tip there.
Yeah, we gave you a link. Ah, shit. It's rare. I see you. Wait. Are you going to do it?
Rare.
It's what?
Well,
Good to go?
yeah. Let us know if you actually are, because then we can, get right to you right now instead of
Okay.
going to the next one.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
He said, "I'll post it." Oh,
3 to 5 shipping days. All right.
ha
Maybe
ha
not.
ha! Funny. All right, I'll wait for
All right,
proof.
fucker. All right, fucker. We're gonna go to the next one then. It's
I will
Vertigo.
one. Okay,
Is you will?
after your next one. Okay, so he'll do it.
Okay,
It'll be
okay.
after the next one.
Appreciate it. Appreciate it. All right, Vertigo Blue is up next. Song title: "Acting Up." Finished release. Product description: it says this song has had a lot of comparisons to Calvin Harris's. That's a big name. Calvin Harris's funk wave bounces, and to Silk Sonic.
Dang,
Another
you're the
big
new.
name.
Damn, he's
Damn,
comparing
this
himself to
song
these.
is just as infectious. It makes you feel great, gets your body moving, and the lyrics and vocals are smooth and sexy. I know y'all will love this. Bro, this is a big name drop, man. I
Yeah,
haven't listened to Silk. I gotta say, like, I haven't listened to Silk Sonic's album yet, and my friends like just give me so much shit.
you haven't listened to that album, dude. It's been like over a year.
No, I know, I
What the
know.
fuck? But
Yeah,
haven't you heard the songs on like the
I've
radio
heard
and
a
stuff?
couple of
Like
them. I heard a
what?
couple of them, but like,
Bro, you're sleeping on that. Do it tonight, man.
yeah, hate on me. I get it. I get it. I
Do it.
understand it.
Oh my god,
I will. I gotta listen to group chats too.
it's
But
hilarious.
are
Yeah,
you ready for this? This is a big name drop. Let's see if
I'm
they live
ready.
up.
The
Vertigo
lyrics.
Blue. Oh, they
Yeah,
got lyrics too.
they do.
Fantastic. All right,
Wait,
acting
the
up.
screen
Vertigo
shared.
Blue.
Hold on, the screen share just shit the bed again. Fuck
God
you,
damn it,
Lightstream. I'm just
bruh.
totally doxing their company right now,
I mean, we should.
or I'm slandering their company. Not
Later,
doxing. We
Kalo.
should
Have a good
stop
night.
using that word.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Bye,
uh,
Kayla. Have a good one. Jokerhead, just let us know when you're in.
I thought
Josh is
Kayla
gonna
left
fix the
like 10
stream.
minutes ago.
I don't know. I'm just reading the chat just now.
Oh, okay.
But let
Yeah,
me
let
know
me
when
just
you're ready.
get the screen share here and then update that shit.
Okay.
Do, do, do. All right,
Compact
hopefully it
vertigo.
doesn't go away again because it keeps doing that. All right, I'm ready.
All right, acting up. Vertigo blue. 3, 2, 1.
Ooh,
Yeah, it fits that
okay,
Silk Sonic kind of vibe.
definitely.
But,
Like
all
that
right,
filter.
Vertigo.
Oh, that's all you're asking
Okay.
for.
Okay.
I've been on my own so long I can't recall.
Wow.
Clean recording.
I say, oh my God, are you for
What's that?
sure?
You could
Yeah,
use
I'm
a little more reverb on
occupied
the
on a
vocal.
weekday. She gon' fill my time on a weekend. She hit the
I
four
think it's
assists for
good.
the weekend. Her man ain't know that she's sneaking.
Just on the end of the lines, you know?
Baby, back it
I
up,
hear
cause
you.
I'm peeping. Quit acting up, cause we leaving. We ain't got no time for no sleeping. We hit the sheets and she my little freakin'. Sippin' drink all
Bro, this is pretty
night
solid.
long.
So
Oh,
good.
baby, tell
Hold on,
It's pretty solid.
the screen share just did it again. Pause.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah, it's I don't know why
Are
it's
you
doing
kidding
this.
me?
We need to like get a different provider and just totally slander Lightstream's reputation.
Bro,
This is so
bro.
annoying. It's weird because some streams doesn't ever happen, but like today is messing up big time.
Yeah, we don't understand it. But looks like here think he said fuck it, I'm gonna drop a bag to skip the queue for the Hobie.
Let's
Bro.
go. All
You
right,
don't have to do it, but we appreciate it. Thank you
screen share
so much. I
is
don't know if
back
I
up.
should use your actual name, but Heareth, thank you. JR.
The share is back
The
up. Should we play it?
Yeah, let's do it. Vibe is so fresh. All right, 3, 2, 1.
should take you home. Call the call from my phone. Oh, baby, tell me when you want. It'll be outside in a minute, and I'll be
So
fine if we
good.
leave.
It
Oh,
really
that's
is.
all you're asking for.
Hear that? Who?
It's been 40 minutes since we left the bar. We at a friend's house on the east, and she said, you mind if we get to leave? And I said, no.
Who?
I said no, cause she hit the 416 for the weekend. Her man ain't know that she's sneaking. Baby, back it up, cause I'm peeping. Quit acting up, cause we
20 bars.
leaving. We ain't got no time for no sleeping. We hit the sheets and she my little freakin'. Sippin' drink all night long.
Oh my god, that little
Baby,
spin.
tell me when you want. I've been thinking I should take you home. Call the call from my phone. Oh, baby, tell me when you want. It'll be outside in a
Oh, break it
minute,
down.
and I'll be fine if we leave. Get me outside.
That's cool. I love that riff.
That little
Wow.
with the bass line.
So cool.
Drink all night long. Oh, baby,
That little drum fill is crazy.
thinking I should take you home. Call the call from my phone. Oh, baby, tell me when you want. It'll be outside in a minute, and I'll be fine if we leave. Drink all night
I love
long.
that little
Oh,
spin.
baby,
Wow.
tell me when you want. Thinking I should take you home. Call the call from my phone. Oh, baby, tell me when you want. It'll
Alright.
be outside in a minute,
Bro,
and I'll be fine if we
they
leave.
said we'd love it. They said Calvin Harris. They said Silk Sonic.
Ooh,
I
dude.
think they what is it?
They what?
Uh,
Met
they were
expectations.
yeah, they weren't bullshitting. Yeah,
It
they
was
weren't
yeah,
bullshitting.
they weren't
They did
bluffing.
it.
That was good. That was really good.
Yeah, man. I mean, I think right away that gives me a purple vibe. Like that.
Uh
That's like ending. We'll get into it, but vibes. What do you have?
you didn't like the ending?
No, no, no. I'm saying like that's the end of our. That'll be at the end of our
I thought you
review.
were like, what was wrong with
But
the
like,
ending?
right away, like I feel like
Yeah,
this is gonna
yeah,
be a
yeah, yeah.
purple.
I feel that.
So
Yeah, I mean, vibes, man. Like it came in a lot of the time. You can tell from like the first few seconds if well, you can tell if there's potential. It's
yeah,
not always like sometimes there'll be a really cool intro and then they fuck it up after. But
yeah,
but this was like really like it was cool. I love the filtered thing. It gives you just a little taste of like what's coming, and
yeah,
then just right into the bass and vocals. Both of them so clean. Kind of
yeah.
like you're in that mid range, frequency zone, and then it splits to like the full thing with the bass and the vocal. Really nice.
Mhm.
Uh, the lyrics, I wasn't paying as much attention to every lyric, but there were
Mhm,
some that came through that were yeah, that's smart, that's good.
mhm, mhm,
But it was just a fun listen, The structure worked out well, the harmonies sounded really good. Uh, it was a fun time. I can't really complain a whole lot. I would say vibes for me just straight ahead green probably.
mhm.
Good to
Yeah,
go.
I could echo the same thing.
Ship
I
it.
think everything sounded so solid. I can get into the specifics for content, but I loved a lot of like little components here. The more I listened deeper, like the more I picked up like instruments or synths that I really liked too.
Hmm.
This was funky, man. This was smooth. The high vocals were a treat, and the main vocal as well, just silky smooth throughout the whole thing. I think it's green.
Hmm.
Content. What do you have?
Yeah, I mean,
Looks like
again, I think
Pink likes it too.
yeah, all of the instruments sound, the choices sound good. The bass sounds really good. The drums sound great. The actual vocal delivery is good. Those guitar parts are good. I don't really have any complaints. I can just list all the things that are good, but
Yeah,
that's pretty much all the things.
yeah.
I don't know. Can you think of anything that anything I didn't say that you liked, or complaints that you have
Dude,
or
that little
improvements?
synth, that little synth that like goes along with him in the higher voice, it goes like "Bada,
Yeah,
bada, bada, ba." I love that
yeah,
sound. It's awesome.
yeah,
And like the little he had it in parentheses in between like the main hook. It's like drinking all night. Like the layered vocals really good.
yeah,
And then like the "Bada, bada, bada," and he do something. I forget the lyric now and I can't find it for some reason. But yeah, that those little like refreshers of like from the main vocal, which was good by itself, was like a great contrast and sounded awesome.
yeah,
Um, I'm green for content as well. What do you have?
yeah.
Are you green?
Yeah, I would say green for content too.
All right, production. What you got?
Production, man, everything is so clean, and actually gives me a little bit of a Charlie Puth vibe too,
Hmm.
like just with how clean the production is and some of the riffs and stuff, the creativity. uh, there is a little bit of the Silk Sonic influence, but I don't know. It's not completely there. I don't even know if you should be comparing yourself to anybody like that, because then
Yeah,
you set up expectations that are high, and I'm not
yeah,
saying that you're not meeting them, but I'm still not thinking oh, this guy sounds exactly like those artists that you mentioned, and
I
so it
get it.
doesn't really help me trying to figure out who you are as an artist at all. It kind of is oh wait, is he trying to sound like them?
Hmm.
Because I don't think that's not what anyone's looking for, man. Nobody wants Silk Sonic to sound like someone else. Like they
Hmm.
sound like themselves pretty much.
Hmm.
Uh, so I don't think that's necessary at all. I don't think you need to set that expectation, because when people listen to your shit, they're gonna be like, "Whoa, this guy's really good. Who is this?" And they're gonna try to figure out who your influences are, who you fit with in their mind, instead of you making it up for them.
Hmm.
And then they start to be able to form a unique identity for you as an artist. So,
Hmm.
um, yeah, I liked it a lot. The only thing I can think of is the vocals. I thought during the lines, it sounds really clean, sounds really good, but it feels like when you end each vocal line, there's this kind of abruptness, this sort of the vocal line's just over, and then there's this gap. And I think you could use a little bit of reverb there, like a little bit of spatial something, or
Or like a delay.
yeah, like a delay on the end of the vocal lines. That's a good way to do it. Again, I'm thinking a lot about the way that Puth does it.
Hmm.
Um, but yeah, that's really the only thing is it's way better to have it be clean and dry, and most of the instruments, because it's kind of funky, really should be the amount of dryness that they are. But you need to fill some of those empty spaces with something, like in the reverb or delay space, I think, to give it some of that sort of time domain smoothness, in that good contrast to the tightness of the bass and the drums, which have almost no reverb on them, and the guitar plucky stuff.
What
It can
did you
just help to add some movement.
What do you think about the ad lib that was on the end? Because I feel like they tried to address that.
Yeah, but it
Like
wasn't every line, is what I'm saying. It's
right.
that's great for when those do happen.
It's like the
Then
boop,
that issue isn't
boop.
really there, but it's I'm sort of expecting that abruptness of when the line ends, that there's going to be this kind of hole that you feel.
Mhm.
It just helps to make that transition a little bit smoother between this really centerpiece element of the song and of the structure and of the frequency spectrum. When that goes away, there is a literal audio hole that's kind of there, and
I
it's an
get it.
abrupt change in the volumes you're getting and the spectrum and all that stuff. So just to make it a little smoother. And I know you're going for smooth based on mentioning like Silk Sonic and Calvin Harris.
Mhm.
But
Yep.
yeah, I think I mean we can do scores after we give comments. What do you think about production?
Uh, I thought it was fantastic, and I don't think I could add much more than what you were saying. Um, yeah, I think it's green. Um, Overall, were you finished with
Yeah,
the
I would
production?
say green too, and everything else.
Okay. Let's see, guys. Do you need PayPal? Sorry to interrupt. That was a top song, by the way. Did I pay you twice? Uh,
Wait, next one.
might have said 500.
No, you didn't.
No way. That's
You
funny.
did not. You also
Yeah,
didn't. I don't see that you sent anything.
Joker. Did you send it to the right people? That'd be even funnier. Like
That
500
would
to
be
the wrong
funny.
people. But anyways, if you get 500, we're not giving it back. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Um,
Send through Revolut. What is Revolut? Huh?
I don't know. But anyways,
I'll do the tip link again if you need it. But
yeah. Overall track total, I think this is purple, man. This for me. This
I
is
think
top
it is
tier.
too, man. I mean, it's a really fun listen. It's a good song. So
Bro, we got two
boom.
purples this stream. That's
I
crazy.
know that's insane. That's
Rare.
I don't know if that's even happened ever. That's crazy. Some
Yeah,
good music y'all are sending us. Shit.
for real. That's insane. Wait, where did you see this Revolut thing?
I don't, he mentioned it, but I don't know what that
Okay.
is. We don't have it.
I don't even see it in the chat, in my chat. Interesting.
Uh, it was the one right before ours. The one that starts with Feck.
Dude, Jokerhead's like, yo, hey, yellow inbound. That's pretty funny.
Yellow Inbound.
Hey, have more confidence, Jokerhead. Unless you're giving us like a song that's is like a develop, but have some confidence.
Band in America. Wait, what is he? Oh, wait, where the fuck? Where are you based,
Yeah,
Jokerhead?
I don't know. There's too many
What?
questions. But
Also, Trump's
Vertigo,
not president anymore.
yeah, we gotta wrap it
Or
up.
maybe he banned this app. I don't know.
Yeah, we'll wrap up
Uh,
Vertigo Blues real quick.
and no,
Just
Jacob,
shouts
you're
out to
or
you,
sorry, this
Heareth,
however you pronounce your your stage name here. You're next.
Heareth, Here Think. Oh, okay, Here Think got
Yes,
through. Oh my
here right
goodness,
think.
Here
Is that
Think,
what it
yeah,
is? Oh,
Here,
heareth. I see, because
like
there's no
Heareth.
space on Twitch.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
got
yeah.
it.
But
Uh,
Vertigo Blue, shouts out to you. You got a purple. Um, the next thing you got to do, man, is promote because you have 100 monthly listeners, and that deserves more. You could do it.
yeah, man,
Good
for
luck.
real.
You have a great single out.
Yeah.
So
So yes, look out for again on our Instagram. We will have FastTrack underscore music. We'll have a post for that shortly that you are added to our playlist, and then everyone feel free to check out that playlist. Again, if you go to our Instagram, there's a link tree, and you can find the links to the top tier and all that stuff.
all right. So we got Here Think.
Yep,
Let's go. All right. Shout out VP Here Think.
let's do it.
It's a work in
And
progress. I haven't heard of it.
Jokerhead.
Yeah.
By the way, there are still a bunch of people I think in front of you in the queue. Yeah, in front of you in the queue from the past few weeks. But again, if you send us anything on minimum $5, I guess is what we're doing now on PayPal, uh, then we will skip you to the front. And you'll get reviewed today. But otherwise, we've got a few more that are in the queue. You
Jokerhead.
just got to do them in order.
We want to hear it. Figure it out.
Yes.
I don't know what Revolut is. I'm not sending more than 500. What? We're not asking. We're not.
500.
We're not asking for 500.
You mean five? Yeah, not $500. $5.
Wait. 500
What
what?
currency are we talking in here?
Yeah. Did you send us something? If you did, we'll look. Like you didn't see anything, right?
I didn't see anything. I keep refreshing.
Yeah. Let us know. Oh shit, dude. Redwater?
What?
Okay. Here thinking Redwater. There's a local musician that some of the HHC guys have shown me. I just think that
Oh,
they're pretty good. So
okay,
I'm excited.
cool.
I'm excited for this. All right, Jacob. Fuck. Here think. And let us know if it's okay if I call you that. But
We're so
anyway,
yeah.
yeah, no. Anyways, here
Just his
think.
first name.
Let us know if there's anything you're like feedback you're looking for specifically. It's a work in progress, I see. So if you have any like insight there, just let us know in the chat. But we'll go ahead and give you just our opinion. But you ready, Josh?
Yeah,
All right.
let's do it.
Escape Velocity featuring Redwater. Here, think. 3, 2, 1. Cool synth work.
many pills and now I'm really feeling nauseous. Keeping it nasty, I gotta stay
Loud mix.
cautious. I get out my
Nice.
worst work, I'm really unfair.
Whoa. There's that saturation for you.
Oh yeah, dude, that kick is fat. I love this breakdown.
That side chain's ridiculous.
I kind of wish I could hear the vocals a little bit clearer. That's all. Oh, here we go.
I kinda feel like we're on top now, and I'm getting hella close to what I want now. The air is getting colder as the sun down. I never wanna ever have to come down. No, I don't want to. They won't see it coming when I cut loose. Think I have nobody else to run to. Now I don't really know if it'll come true, come true. 'Cause I'm only doing shit that I don't want to.
Oh, that's cool.
I love that little Washington thing. Shit.
Holy shit.
That
That end
ending.
part is
It's
like,
like a
whoa.
machine gun
Yeah.
to my ears.
Oh,
Damn,
God.
here at Ink, bro. That is fantastic. That was fucking hard as shit. Aggressive ass production as usual. Uh, I think also SoundCloud, my player volume was up higher, but I had to turn it down.
I turned it down
Um,
too, yeah.
but I think that's kind of par for the course in the genre and also the player. But
Mhm.
anyways, yeah, that was crazy. Josh, we have a little saying on here in terms of
Oh,
BC some RB. I think that was a song
it's been a
to
while.
BC some RB too. You know what I'm saying?
Yep, for sure.
Uh, chugging a certain Red Bull variety through a certain entrance. But
Mechanism, yeah.
yeah, yeah, BCRB. We'll let you
Or
guys figure it out.
orifice.
Yeah, don't get too specific. All right, what are your vibes? What are your vibes to this?
My vibes, I generally like it. It is cool to listen to. I think there was some good execution here. Like I thought the vocals sounded like good. You know, there's just good energy to it in general. I personally don't usually gravitate towards the BC some RBs stuff as much,
Yeah,
just because I'm like this is a little bit ADD.
I love BCRB, bro. I just gotta say it.
But yeah, it was good. I think it was executed well. I mean, it's definitely. I'd say it's better than a lot of the stuff that we've heard kind of in this zone.
Genre, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, I don't know. I liked it. It was fun to listen to. I did think that it was a little bit repetitive.
Mhm.
There were some parts where I was like, like that kept repeating, and I think it was a nice melody actually, right?
Yeah.
But it did repeat a lot, and there were points where I was like, can we go to the next section or like something new, because it's kind of it hits you pretty hard, and like after long enough, I think this could have even been like a 2 minute 30-second song or something,
Yeah.
and been just as effective if not more. So yeah,
That's
that's where
true.
I'm at with vibes. I think I'd give it a 75% for vibes, because just like the area, the genre isn't totally my jam, but I think it was executed pretty well.
Yep. I see. I see. I think that's fair. Um, I agree with that point on maybe just a little bit too long on the tail end, even like because the switch ups throughout I thought were fantastic and they kept it fresh. And I think it's nice to have a melody to come back to, a hook that to come back to. Um, but maybe the ending it was just a little bit long because I think it just switched from an octave down, and like I couldn't hear the lyrics as well, and just like okay, like it's fine for a little bit, but maybe not as long as it was. Um, yeah, dude. I for one am a fantastic, or not a fantastic. What is it? Uh, a
A
fan.
fan?
Yeah, a fan of the
A
BCRB.
fantastic, yeah.
Yeah, I'm a fantastic BCRBer. You know, I
Sure.
love the energy. I love the aggression in the production. I think it's awesome. Um, I could have some criticism on the content just a little bit, but vibes for me, I think it's what is it? I think like 95, 90, green and yellow. Maybe, and I don't know, maybe Josh can attend to it in production. And Jacob, I think you are probably a better producer or engineer and producer than me in general in this space, because I know it's loud and I know it has to be loud. Like that's just what the space is. But um, prevention of turning down systems if I have to, or if things sound a little shrill. Um, Especially that machine gun at the end too. Like if there's a way that you could make
Yeah.
it not be so startling, then
Filtered a little bit or something like.
right. But very small point. 95, 90 to me for vibes. What do you got for
Wow.
content?
Damn, okay. Content, I think, yeah, I don't know. I think again, like a lot of the core stuff, like the melodies and for the most part the sections, though, again, I did feel like
Jokerhead's
they.
going crazy.
I know. I feel like some of the sections went on a little bit long. So wait, Jokerhead, you're sending us yen, but you're
Yeah,
based in
like
Ireland.
Japanese yen.
Why do you have yen in Ireland? Irish yen.
Anyways,
It's hilarious.
sorry.
Is it yen in Japan and in China, or is it something else? And are they different?
China, I think it's like yuan or something.
Oh, you're right. I think you're right. I don't know,
Yeah.
but you're probably right.
Jokerhead's going crazy. Okay, so like
Yeah,
700 yen or 500 yen would have worked. It's about what $5. Yeah,
that's $5.
yeah,
Talk about inflation, man.
yeah. For
It's
real, for
hilarious.
real. Japan
Um,
got fucked.
anyways, so yeah, I don't know. I mean, I think like there's some good melodies here, some good writing. I think there's maybe for my taste a little bit more repetition and length than I would like for this.
Yeah.
Oh my fucking god. And uh, sorry, I'm trying not to laugh.
Don't
Uh,
look at it.
yeah, okay, I won't. I won't. So I thought it was pretty good. Overall, again, I would just shorten it up a little bit, make it short and sweet. But yeah, content, I think I would give it 80% between yellow and green.
Yeah. Um, I think all of the switch ups I heard were refreshing, and they made me want to just amp up in energy. If you play this at a house party, Jacob, this is gonna go crazy. We got to see this Redwater guy. I'm hearing a lot from him, and he sounds really good. Um, the I agree with Josh on the length, especially just the tail end there. Maybe just shorten it up a little bit, because all the switch ups I liked. The only thing that I think might be able to be improved, um, I like the clarity of the vocalist, and I think it's you actually, Jacob, around 130. I think I can actually like hear what you're saying much better and much more clear than Redwater in the beginning, um, and throughout just like the hooks in general. So if there's a way that you could make a little bit room for that, or some clarity, that's something that I would like to see. Otherwise, yeah, I agree with Josh. I think the melodic genius here is fantastic. Every time I hear Redwater, he talks about popping pills all the time. So I hope he's like for the best. Like Redwater, like I like your music, and
Pop in some
uh,
Claritin.
yeah, some Benadryl. I don't know,
Yeah,
Tic Tacs. But anyways, that's the plan. House shows, bro. I can't wait. That's gonna be fucking fire.
hell yeah.
Um, but yeah, I think this is the shit for it, and I think it's cool. That's my 2 cents. Just like maybe clarity on Redwater's vocals. Other than that, I really like the content. I'm at 90 between green and yellow. I
Sweet.
think it's pretty much good to go. Production, what do you got?
Um, yeah, production again. I think things are balanced pretty well. There's
Dude,
that.
yeah. Dude, like how is I don't understand how it could take so much room, like the instruments, the synth, for example, that side chained is taking so
Mm,
much room up, but at the same time, that kick drum and the 808 is so fat.
yeah,
It's fantastic
that's
mixing.
true. Yeah, the drums do come through really well, which is super important.
Yeah,
And
big
I,
sound.
I did think that the sidechain synth was a little bit dramatic at some points. Like it
Oh
was a
yeah,
little distracting. I was like, that's a lot, but it sounds cool. Like yeah, I don't know. Like for me, it's just like someone just like toning it down a little bit. Like just
dude.
on the mixing front too. Like again, really loud and a lot of that saturation and distortion going on. That sometimes it's like when you do it at first, it's like, oh, that sounds cool because it sounds different than the original track. But then when it happens on everything, it's kind of like a little bit messy.
Do you see
Um,
his comment? He puts fruity soft clipper on the maxer on the master. That's
what
it.
the fuck?
That's all he does.
It's hilarious.
Nah, I'm just kidding. I don't know if that's actually true. He always jokes about that, but
Maybe I sort of
just the
doubt it, but I
clipper.
mean, even if it's just the clipper, dude, like still, that's what I'm saying is that when it's on everything, it's like, ah, bro, like my ears,
Mhm.
especially through the whole track. Like, it's one thing when you're mixing and you're kind of listening through parts and you're listening over and over, and you're like, how can I make it more interesting? And then, yep, that makes it more interesting for sure. But then someone who's listening through it, coming from anything else, they're
Not
like,
a joke.
what is this?
It's not a
Sausage
joke.
fattener,
It's real.
yeah,
Yeah,
it's
bro.
hilarious. I would just wield that stuff carefully. Like again, it's how wide of an audience do you want to get? You know, like if you want to bring people in that aren't necessarily super fans of the genre already, and bring them into your thing when they see your stuff,
It's
then
a crutch.
you got to like make sure you're kind of somewhere near the general world consortium mixing standards. You know, like what's the kind of stuff that actually gets big? How does it sound, right? Like comparing it to yours. In some cases, like yeah, again, I'm not like bashing saturation or distortion because I love distortion. Like there's plenty of good ways to use it, and sometimes the more dramatic the better. But usually it's not when it's on the whole mix bus. Like that's like kind of the cardinal rule is like the saturation usually, unless it's very subtle, should not be on a large instrument group or on the mix bus. It should be like balls to the wall on an individual instrument or instrument group, but not on everything. And figuring out how to blend distortion with clean sounds, and that can give you a fuller sound and also more of again that contrast that highlights the saturation or distortion.
Mhm.
So yeah, I would say like overall for me, that's really all that I have in terms of production, except for that last machine gun thing that I think is like could be tweaked just a little bit to make it less like loud, jarring.
Yeah.
Um,
Sounds like
I
it's
would
gonna go into a different track. Is this album?
well,
I don't
it
know.
sounds like that kind of deal.
Maybe.
But I would think
I'm
I'd give
excited.
production overall like also an 85, probably 85% between yellow and green and good to go,
Yep.
which is yeah, it's quite good.
I
And
see that.
yeah, Jokerhead I did unfortunately.
Wait. So we got it?
No, I don't think
Oh, did you
so.
study? Wait,
I was
wait.
just asking.
Jokerhead. So you said you sent 700 yen, maybe 500 yen too. You send
To
it to our
where?
PayPal? If you did, like, we
It's
definitely
not in
want to
our
make
PayPal.
sure, like, there's one slot left. There's one slot
It's
left. So
oh my
if
god,
you, we really want to know so we can actually get you. He has the receipts. Should we just take his word for it? He's a friend of the stream.
dude, it's not in PayPal.
All right, but yeah,
He's
let's.
talking about.
Sorry,
He said he was joking earlier. His name is Jokerhead, so I don't know how
yeah,
much we can trust.
Jacob. He said thanks for the feedback, so we could go ahead and wrap up his feedback. Sorry about that. We're Jokerhead's just trolling us right now, but yeah. I mean, I think Josh
Track
can give you
total.
the the best advice for
Oh, did
production.
you? Yeah, for
I'll
production.
say on my end, I just liked how you can make all the sounds sound so big and such a full mix. Um, I really like the aggressive production style of it. The side chinning, I thought was really great too, especially when there was like a synth on top of it as well. It sounded fantastic. Not just like a pad, but like beepy kind of synth over it. It was cool. So yeah, I'm at like 90 as well between green and yellow. Just some of the more harshness of the mix stuff. If you could just try to get that out. Listen to Josh. But yeah, overall 90 for me, green and yellow. I think this is going to go crazy in house shows. You could also think with Josh's tips here, how is it going to sound on the 404 sound system, which is ass? Like,
Mm,
how is it is it going to blow the speakers? Is it going to hurt our ears?
I can tell you, man. Like honestly. with this kind of thing, when you've got a ton of like high frequency
Mhm.
the saturation is mostly high and mid frequencies.
I hope so.
If you don't have enough bass on those speakers, people are gonna leave. Like,
Yeah.
I'm not kidding. Like, if this kind of thing absolutely needs to have that solid bass, that solid foundation, like a sub or speakers that are big enough or speakers that aren't blown or like fucked up, and also an amp that's powerful enough. Like, there's a whole lot of different things to it. If that's the case, it can be really good. But also, even if it is the case and it's still too harsh on the top end, it's going to be painful for people to listen to. So I would just be really careful with, like, even maybe if you can test it out on a speaker system like that and see what it sounds like, and like maybe just add, like, for the live set version of it, add a
Mhm.
light shelf filter or something to kind of bring that high mid stuff down just a teeny bit. It'll make it a lot more
Yeah,
fun. Or even bring up the bass and the sub bass a little bit. um
that's interesting.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
But also be mindful. I mean, yeah, it's better to have a little bit less of that stuff than too much. But also, when you have a lot of people in the room, the physical people, will attenuate some of the highs a little bit. So
Mm.
the people in front, they're going to hear everything, right? But if you're in the back, you're going to have some meat to absorb some of those sounds.
Yep. Meat and water.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. 404 gets pretty wet too. So,
Yeah.
anyways, appreciate you, Jacob. Thank you so much. Love your music.
I
Um,
don't think I did did I do my
oh, my
score?
bad. My bad. Yeah.
My
Overall, what you
track
got? What you
total.
got?
I think for me it's like an 80% between yellow and green. Like, it's that's up there to be. But I mean, just like for me, it's just like I think it needs some Adderall.
Yeah, for sure. I need. It's fine. I think BCing
You're
some
like, I
RB on a
need some
Friday
Adderall
night
too.
is. Yeah, I think it's perfect.
It is nice
Um,
to BC some RB on a Friday night though, for sure.
yeah, yeah. You got to. You got to.
Yeah.
Jokerhead. What is the story, man? Like, this for real? Like, have you sent us money?
No, he's fucking around, dude.
All right. If you have it, you said you have PayPal. If you want to send money to it, send it now, or else we're gonna do the next person in the queue, which is Vi, not Jokerhead. So if you want to do it, now's the time. And Vi sent in a Ken Carson slash what is this? Cochise beat, and I love that shit. So if you don't send us a tip right now, then we'll get to you next week. I'm not trolling, guys. I tried. Could I go after?
We only
Have
have
you
time for one more at this
We have
point.
time for one more, so we can wait a little bit. Um,
Although, I mean, Joker. Well, yeah, you'll be up next time, most likely next
yeah.
week.
So the queue right now it's Vi. So say if we get rid of Vi in the queue right now, we have Confederated, Young Ho, Jokerhead. So we would definitely get to you next week if you want to wait till then. If you want to do now, it has to be this next song. So uh, I've never played. So I send you fine pound. Okay.
He's gonna. I don't believe it.
You don't believe him?
No, I don't believe it. But also, if you have to make a PayPal account, it's gonna take too long.
No, he says he has it, but he's never used it.
Oh,
Okay, 10, 9, 8,
dude, stop typing and okay, I don't believe it.
7,
I don't believe it.
6,
I need to
5,
play interlude music here.
4,
Thank God.
3. You're doing a lot of typing
Yeah, a
in
lot
the
of typing in
Twitch
the
chat.
chat.
2, 1, 0. Give me 60 seconds,
No, 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 no.
bro.
We're not. That's too long on air, bro. All right, we will do you next time. You fucked around for too long here. Sorry.
Yeah, we love you,
We love you,
Jokerhead. We
Jokerhead.
appreciate it,
We love having you back here.
but we
But
gotta go.
we
We
have to
gotta
be
do it.
fair to the order that people submit tracks in. And I saw yours was this week. We've got some people that submitted last week and even earlier. We just want to
Let's do
make
it.
sure that we get feedback to them.
Let's do it. You ready for Vi?
Yeah, let me get this shit pulled up. The
Okay.
YouTube.
Vi finished
Damn.
the
All right.
release a type beat made specifically for rappers, and we got a baddie here.
Looks like it's for rappers.
Is that a Jenner? Is that Kylie Jenner? I don't know.
Who knows? They all look the same.
That's fair. That's based. All right, you ready?
Based. All right.
All
Let's
right.
go.
Ken Carson, Cochise, Hyperpop beat Fiasco. 5, 3, 2, 1. Come on, Abby. Come on, Abby.
That
I like this
808
shit.
bass.
Oh yeah, I like it.
You realize 808 is 404 times 2?
Yes,
Calm down, Vi.
that's bass too. These are
bass
like
is based.
very 90s sounding synths, like
Yeah.
acid almost. Very interesting.
Well, I like that filter.
Oh, that fat 808, dude. We like the low end here at FastTrack.
Say that again.
Yes. We like the low end here at FastTrack. Gotta have the Boost Mobile. Gotta have it. Very dry little wah synth there. The wow, wow.
What is the uploaded in HD at tunes2tube.com? Is that real?
I have no idea.
It sounds like a place you'd get crypto scammed.
That's true. Man, I wish it was like synced to my audio so I could freestyle to this. Put some auto tune on me.
Calm down, Vi.
What did it
Calm
say?
down, Vi. It says calm down.
What's this sound? Is that chains?
Sounds like I'm fishing my keys in my pocket.
Yeah.
This 808's really fat. That's really nice.
Chris, what DAW do you use?
Ableton.
I'm Logic.
Yeah?
Arvin asked in the chat.
Oh, I got it. Jokerhead's still talking about yen, bro.
Ireland, huh? Send us some pics of Ireland, Jokerhead.
Or Japan.
Logic's scary? Why? Too complicated? It's pretty easy.
Calm down.
Arvin, what do you use?
This profile picture is like, it looks like a kid.
Oh my fucking god.
How? I don't want to ask that question. Anyways,
How old are you?
yeah, it's like, how old is this person? And they have like a little Uzi Vert jewel,
Oh my
like in their
god.
forehead. But anyways, that was Vibe Beats. It was a tight beat. Very vibey. Love the 808s there.
Was that pun
Josh,
vibey?
what do you got?
Yeah, man. That was cool. I mean, it did groove pretty well. Like it was like we were kind of grooving along to it the whole time.
Oh yeah.
It was in that pocket where you're at like the right tempo, and you've got things filled in the right spaces with like the the drums and the rhythmic elements and all that stuff. The 808's bouncy. I don't know. The 808 was like worked. I feel like it was a little bit of a stock sort of reused typical sound.
Mm.
I don't think that was the highlight. Some of the other parts I thought were more unique, and I liked the like little filter sweep thing that you did. That was cool. And some of those very kind of 90s hip hop sounding effects were fun. And it's sort of like, what era are we in? Like
Yeah.
looking at this, it's very like, what is that? This kind of looks like it was taken from like a reality TV photo shoot in like 2006 or something. It's like that weird era of like GTA and like I don't know, MTV.
I don't know. Also, just looks like new era Kylie girl or Kylie.
Yeah, it's sort of a mix. It's weird, but and the whole uploaded in HD. I don't know if that's real or if that's supposed to be like this sort of retro-ish thing now or what.
I don't know.
But yeah, it
I
was.
don't want to check the website. That's for sure.
Yeah, definitely don't. But yeah, I don't know. It was a fun listen. I don't think it was like extraordinarily unique or out there, but vibes. I would probably just give it like a 60%, being generous, between yellow and green, because like it is what it is. It's not really doing a whole lot. But yeah, what do you think?
We listening to a Ken Carson type beat? Yes, we are. Allegedly.
Allegedly.
I could definitely hear Cochise do some shit on here. But anyways, Joker said I cannot figure out PayPal under pressure. Is there any other way? I don't know if there is. For vibes, I have. So I mean, I love this shit. I always like. I'm a vocalist. I'm a rapper, so I listen to type beats a lot. And typically, like when I'm cooking or if I'm like showering or brushing my teeth, and like some of them would catch my ear, and I'd want to freestyle to them. I think this is one of them. Like I would really like to freestyle over this and just have a good time. it is generic. I see that point, Arvin and Josh as well. But it also kind of interesting. Maybe it's a generic comment. The synths sounded like very dry for this kind of style of music. Like usually Cochise or Ken Carson, and I kind of put Playboy Cardi into that same mix. Have like this very lush synth sounds going, but also uh, I hear sometimes they do like just wacky, like super dry '90s sounding synths. So this kind of fit. It was kind of interesting. Very cool. I am a little more generous with this. As a type beat, it's gonna be repetitive. It's gonna be kind of generic. For what it is, I think it's 80% between green and yellow. I think it's pretty decent.
Sweet.
Um, but yeah, content. What do you got?
Yeah, I mean, I don't have a lot to say. I mean, I like the way that things are arranged. I think like that, takes some talent to get all that stuff in place. Then again, I do think about like I wonder how much arranging went on here, or how much was like pieces that were kind of taken from wherever and put together.
Right.
You never know, so it's like it's hard to give credit where it's due in some cases. But yeah, I mean, overall, like it all gels together pretty well. There are some kind of funny choices that I don't know if are they're supposed to be funny. Like, again, it's very like 2000s feel to me, or even earlier than that.
Yeah.
But it was, yeah, I don't know. It was a good listen. It wasn't like overly long. It kept us grooving along throughout. I think I'd kind of give it like a 65 between yellow and green.
Yeah.
It's like, it's somewhere, it's in between develop and good to go, closer to good to go, but it's, I don't know, it's just kind of basic, I guess.
Yep.
But
Yep.
you have any takes on that content?
Yep. Sorry, I keep getting distracted by chat. Content. Yeah.
Don't look.
I yeah, I can see those points. It's generic. It's like if it's a Ken Carson or a Koji Speak, it's like definitely more generic than even those guys' beats. Um, but I love to hear a rapper on this. I could see like 70% between green and yellow. There was a lot to like. I thought the 808 to me didn't sound actually too stock. It sounded had like a very rough sound to it. That extended bass with it sounded very gritty. I very much liked it. But production, what do you have?
Um,
What is
yeah,
a Ken
again,
Carson?
I don't have a lot here because I'm just like I can't tell like what this is purposed for, how serious it is. Also, like I don't know. Again, I think the production's okay, but there's a lot that sounds kind of outdated, and
That's true.
it's very hard to judge. Like if you're trying to sound outdated, then who gives a shit about the mixing, right? If it's not supposed to sound modern, then you're on track, right? Like it's sort of again, it sounds like GTA music to me.
I
That's
hear
like
that.
very much what it sounds like to me. And like the artwork here, not the artwork, whatever. This photo is like kind of
Yeah.
like silly that this is the photo too. Is kind of like that kind of overly what's the word,
It's like
like
grainy. It's like this is like lean music, so it's purple, and then it's
yeah.
like uploaded in HD at
It's just like a
tunestube.com.
random big booty bitch. Like, what are we? Why?
Yep.
But yeah, I don't know. It was like it's fine production wise. Nothing like super obvious stuck out actually, which is good. So I would say production. It's probably a 70% between yellow and green. But again, it's like I don't know what your intention is here. So let
Yeah, I
us
can.
know.
Yeah, it is kind of confusing. That uploaded in HD at tunestube is
Like
interesting.
what is that?
The picture doesn't take up the whole space.
Yeah,
It's grainy for some reason.
yeah. The visuals make a difference. Like even if that's not the main thing you're doing, like if
You're trying
that's
to
you
sell
send
it.
us a
Yeah.
YouTube video version of it, right?
Yeah.
Then
There's a
that
lot of type beats on YouTube
changes the way people perceive the music.
for
You know,
sure, for sure. But yeah, I can echo that 70%. Also for the kind of dryness in the synths. I just thought it would be a little more lush compared to what I'm
sure.
hearing. But
Yeah.
Jokerhead going crazy on the trolling. Actually, Ken Carson is like a rapper um, with a dollar sign. It's Ken Carson with a dollar sign. But anyways, overall, I think that's about where I'm at, like 70 between green and yellow.
Overall,
Yeah,
yeah, I would. I think I'd say like 65. You know what? 69. Fuck it.
69. There you go. Yeah, you got
Yeah.
to. Jokerhead. I'm sorry. I have like a hard stop at
Yeah. No,
7:30.
we do have to go. We have 90 seconds.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, Jokerhead, we will get to you as we always do.
Yeah.
If we
If
figure
so,
out the PayPal
and
thing, which I
yeah,
think you can
Ogonia.
use it globally. You can use it in Ireland or whatever you
Yeah,
are.
Ogonia. To ask your question or answer your question. Right now, we have this many people in the queue. We have Confederated, Young O, Jokerhead, Easy, Logan, Loki, SDG, Arwin, and Like, which I think is you. So we have 9 people. Um, so obviously, like we're about to end stream now, so we probably won't get to you, or we definitely won't get to you. Um, and typically during each stream, we get through 6, I'd say, people.
So yeah,
So it might be a little bit,
we
yeah,
stream for 2 hours. So we stream from about 5:30 Central
to
Standard
7:30.
Time to 7:30. So we're at that limit now. But again, we go through about 5 or 6 a week. We got 9 submissions today, so there's a lot of people that want feedback on music,
Yeah,
which is cool.
and we got
Um,
some good music today. We got
yeah,
2 purples.
two
Wow.
top tier tracks. Which again, if you go to our Instagram, you'll find the posts about those, and you could be featured there if you send us something really really good.
Hmm.
We've got a couple coming out of this stream. You can hit our link tree there and see all of our other places we exist, including those playlists to listen to all the top tier tracks. We have a Discord that has had some people have been slowly joining, and some conversations have been starting up there. Um, so yeah, feel free to follow us on Insta and follow us on Twitch as well to get notified when we stream. We will be here next week, I believe. So we'll get back to the queue, and like we've said, and like Chris was saying, if you want to skip the queue and be reviewed immediately on the day you submit or whatever, it's just $5 minimum tip. We have a link there that we send. It's through PayPal, which I think is pretty universal. Although Joker had
Joker
was
said he said he'll figure it out, but he also said he wasn't trolling. So like, did you actually send yen somewhere,
yeah,
or were you trolling?
dude.
You're probably
He
trolling.
told us he was trolling. He
Yeah,
said I'm trolling.
but yeah, if you guys want to like yen only, no, we take everything. We take everything. But yeah, if you guys want to, like right now, that was the free queue that I read out, Ogonia. So if you want to get put to the top of the queue for next week, you could send us a tip as well, and we'll make sure that that happens. Shame to you, Jokerhead, but we should be able to get to you in the free queue because you're third in line. So
Yes, but yeah, that's a good point because again, there are 9, and we usually get through 5 to 6. So even the ones that are at the end, like Ogonia, we won't like get to you next week realistically, just because we have so many.
yeah,
But
unless everybody like deletes their tracks or something like
yeah,
that.
which sometimes a
Sometimes
couple
happens.
people do. But yeah,
Yeah. Same
um,
with Arwen. Arwen's number 8 in the queue.
but yeah. So if you do a tip now or next week, then we'll get to you. But yeah,
Cool. Thanks, guys.
dope.
Appreciate it. The chat was crazy today. We love it.
Chat
Love
blew
everybody.
up. Yeah. Thanks, Jokerhead, for 90% of them.
Thanks, Joker. Appreciate it. Uh,
Feed the algorithm.
yeah, we love all y'all. Arvin said we're very chill. We appreciate it. We enjoyed your company too. So
Yeah.
can't wait to hear your music.
Yes. Yeah. Thanks for coming, guys. It's always fun hearing what you got, all the different genres,
We do
seeing
both have
seeing
audio
people
tech too.
grow. Yeah. Yeah. And it's actually helpful because so these are a very common studio headphone, and the fact that we have the same ones, just helps us be on the same page as to what we're hearing, and it's a very neutral headphone, good for mixing.
Joker Ed knows.
Yeah. Let's go.
It's the same. But
So yeah,
okay.
thanks for joining, guys. Fun time as usual.